Everybody, and welcome to week 2 of the NFL season. And listen, this is going to be a first look show, the best first look-see show you've ever seen. It's more first look-see than any other show out there. But we do have to talk about week 1 because a lot has happened. So we've got someone who, man, they had a nice hit, but also a nice sweat. Someone also went Hollywood. Someone also is repping the Shield. And then another guy went 11 for 11 on Splash Sports. So all that and more next on the Swolecast, sponsored by Splash Sports.
Are you David Static from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand content.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
All right, welcome in David Kitchen alongside fellow forward hat bro, Peter Overzet, backwards hat bro. This today, Davis Maddox.
Davis Overzet.
That's nightmare fuel right there. That's what happens when you're doing each other.
And then, finally, the brother April never had.
Right. Tuttle, you've got for the audio listeners, you've got like a nice kind of back to school haircut going on. Like this might be the most like
you professed it up a little bit, Tuttle.
For sure.
Yeah, I professed it up. I'm kind of wanted to. So over the summer, I was like, I haven't had hair in like 15 years. And I kind of wanted to grow it out, try things out. I need to get to the barber. We need to get the fade in. I'm growing it out a little bit right now, but really I want to be the silver fox for the old ladies, like the old baseball moms is really the goal. So I got until summer to get back in shape and get the body, looking good.
All right, very nice. A lot to talk about today. Let's just go kind of around the horn. Pete,
can I do the overview first? Because we're just gonna just completely stomp over all my jokes, and then we can.
Yeah, but then we have to talk about what happened though. So we're gonna like reverse it. A little fine. Play action. All right. Well, let's get on to Mr. Overzet's overview.
Got that dog in a butt. Got that dog in a butt. Overzet's overview. Come on.
I guess the jokes are going to get trampled over regardless. It's whether you try to make them all before I do the overview. What's going on with this view right here, guys?
No, I like it. It's like Davis says
I clicked on the wrong button.
Davis says the
going from the
SNL
NFL producers to Davis producing here is quite.
Oh, did the NFL producers also do the timestamps and the overlays and the sound effects? Oh, I was just unclear to me that the NFL producers do 3 people's jobs all at once and then have Socrdave behind closed doors say, Davis, hurry up, do it right. Oh, let me send you a text message. Let me send you a text message 90 seconds before the show starts of the new overlay, Davis. Oh, by the way, you're not included on the email of the subject matter of today's show. So we're going to go ahead and let you know what today's show is about. 47 seconds. And by the way, it's also your responsibility to understand the rules of what we're talking about. It's all good. It's all
Davis,
good.
when has knowing the rules ever stopped you from speaking confidently about something? All right, here we go. As Kitchen said, the Swolecast had a huge week 1. I was on global television. Tuttle had a legit sweat in the millie. Kitchen and JJ announced a partnership with the NFL. And Davis played Jerry Jeudy over a Emeka Egbuka in cash. That Broncos sack and fumble did indeed cost Tuttle $60,000, something he wouldn't have known unless some very nice person didn't tag him in Discord. Tuttle did say he appreciated the tag. And in fact, anytime you see one of his teams making money before the slate ends, definitely at him and let him know. He loves it. Oh, sorry, Tuttle. It was an incredible week one for the Slappies. Harold Fannin cucks Njoku. Bill crushes while Chris Rodriguez ate wings at home. Tank Bigsby traded the Eagles to return punts. All we had to do was sacrifice Xavier Worthy to get it done. And that's a trade-off, I guess, we have to be willing to make.
It was the only way the Slappies could win, and I could still lose. The universe found a way.
They found a way. The fantasy best ball contest locked, of course, and ownership was released yesterday. 98 people selected Davis Maddock in the contest. 84 people selected DK partner David Kitchen, which means if my math is correct, 182 people love a good bit. 98 plus 84.
Those are people you couldn't help them. You could open the vault of the bank and they would get lost on their way in.
Honestly, Davis, it's like a testament to your fans that you've built up, that they want to click you and root for you.
It's like
You're
when
the
I
only
create
people dumber than me.
No, it's like when I did a spy team last week, I did a Calvin Ridley, Cam Ward team because I'm like, if this hits, I want to be like this. It just adds to the bit. So if Davis won $1 million, $2 million, and you did not have him in your cash lineup and you've been a fan of Davis for your whole life, just hand in that card. It's like that Bills fan that left the game early. All right, continue on.
Yeah, it definitely feels good to be writing jokes again that can't be censored. The NFL asked me to remove 2 jokes from my fantasy segment that I initially pitched them on. I guess we can't talk about fireworks in drag racing anymore. I thought this was America. I'm dead serious. I walk in to the NFL studios. I meet the main producer and he's like showing me around and everything. He's like, okay. And by the way, he's like, yeah, we're going to have to get rid of that Najee Harris joke and that Rashee Rice joke. And he's like, Roger Goodell literally signs my checks. And I was like, okay, let me go do a quick edit on the script there. But meanwhile, Rich Eisen gets to make a wide right joke about Harrison Butker.
That's solid.
You know, Kitchen's group chat thought that joke was in poor taste.
No,
I didn't care for that. That's just
I hate Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen.
Cancel Rich Eisen.
Of the 3 former NFL players I got to work with, Tyrann Mathieu is definitely the most shy and reserved. Although a few minutes before we went live, and this is completely true, he comes over to me and he shows me his phone, and I just see a picture of Lad McConkey, and he goes, "How do you pronounce Lad's last name?" And I said, "Just say it as white as possible and you'll nail it." And he's like, "Okay, I got it." So glad we could get to the bottom of that. And now I'm back here from the Honey Badger and Brandon Marshall to Little D and Socrdave. Wouldn't want it any other way. And for week 2, we finally got a main slate game with a total over 50, thanks to the Jags and Bengals. The Eagles play the Chiefs, which should be fun. The Patriots play the Dolphins, which won't be fun. And we got the big dog back on the slate. So there's your overview, Kitchen.
Thank you, Peter. Solid overview. And yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Last week there's just a lot to fit in. You kind of started it, Pete, with the Thursday night. The Thursday night? Yeah. Or Thursday afternoon when you were on the just seeing you like in a professional set. You know, some were saying it reminded them of when I was on the DK sets back in the day.
Yeah, I saw a lot of those comments too.
But how take us through just briefly from like just what a whirlwind it was, because you had to get back for all your stuff as well.
Yeah. I mean, the reason that the Thursday thing materialized is initially they thought during the live broadcast, I would be like looking at the chat and then giving some fantasy questions to those guys. But then they realized the chat during the actual show was going to be a disaster. They're like, we can't do that, but they still wanted some questions. So they're like, why don't you host a stream on your channel, and then we'll like pre-mine it for questions that we can then pull for the pregame show. And I was like, oh yeah, that sounds awesome. So to then have access to the whole studio, and it ended up being like a nice rehearsal too, to get more comfortable with those guys and just get comfortable with the tech and all of that. So that was awesome. I was like a little bummed because it was like right at about the 45-minute mark when those guys were getting comfortable, kind of having their own combos. Then the producer's like, all right, that's gonna be about it for our time, wrap it up. So I felt like we could have kept rolling there and we could have gotten some more good stuff. But that was a very cool opportunity.
Yeah, B Marsh was fun. Especially just seeing him kind of unfiltered. Like I wanted more of the unfiltered stuff for him because he had some.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that was honestly one of the coolest things is just we had a lot of time in the green room, in between rehearsals and all of that stuff, and just getting to be a literal fly on the wall while those guys talk shop about stuff and talked crap about Josh McDaniels and all of that and their experiences. And Derek Carr just kind of like talking about the wide receivers in the league and the difference between the young guys coming in versus the veterans and stuff. It was really cool.
Gosh. Davis, how was your weekend?
So as Pete was, getting congratulations from everyone around the world, everyone then immediately realized I would, my most drafted player immediately breaks his collarbone, or I guess what he did, he dislocated his shoulder. So my mentions were, it's your own fault for drafting a 160-pound wide receiver. So Pete and I were sort of having different experiences of the evening.
Yeah. I mean, I had lots of Worthy as well.
Well, anyone who's good.
We all like Worthy. That was brutal.
Only literally the smoothest brains faded Worthy.
I also knew that Hollywood Brown. Yeah, I knew this was his year. Like you don't quit on a guy after the first few years don't work out.
Dude, imagine how sick 9th round Xavier Worthy in 2027 is going to be. Basketball Mania 7 is cooked already because it'll be too expensive. But Xavier Worthy, that final year of his rookie contract in Kansas City, that's going to be a movie.
So what is your act? Because they're making it sound like he's just going to throw on the brace and like be week to week. That's what they're saying, right?
I've never heard a more obvious lie from Andy Reid in my life. Xavier Worthy, 160-pound man.
I think they just said day to day. Like they didn't even say week to week.
Yeah,
No, that has been a improper extrapolation of what Andy Reid said. He did not say Worthy is day to day. He said we are taking it day by day, which means I would imagine the swelling is probably not all the way down yet. Like they might even do more imaging and be like, actually, you did tear your labrum and we have to have surgery. So I would imagine absolute best case. This is the only way Worthy can be a winning pick. He comes back around week 7, finds a way to not get re-injured, and the Chiefs actually look better on offense. I am guessing that was actually going to happen is the swelling is going to go all the way down. He's going to get on the football field. He's going to say, this is really uncomfortable. They're going to do more imaging, and he's going to have a surgery, and he's just not going to play at all.
Sheesh. All right.
So you had Worthy happen, but what about John Mateer?
Did that make
everything better?
I was gonna say honestly, no one really. No, college football doesn't matter as much, but I
have to explain to everybody who John Mateer is.
He's the transfer quarterback from Washington State to the University of Oklahoma, and he is basically just like Baker Mayfield reincarnated. Just whooped Michigan's ass. It was a very fun watch. That made up for it a little bit.
He's like Diego Pavia kind of on steroids.
No, Dave.
He can throw.
He's sure like Diego Pavia.
Diego can throw too. He's got the swag to back it. All right, a little bit of house cleaning, Davis, if you will.
Last time you said that, Davis correctly corrected you to say housekeeping, but is house cleaning, is that just going to be part of your new bit?
It's going to be the bit going forward.
Okay.
We would like to thank our sponsor, Splash Sports. We had the touchdown contest. We'll get to that in a second. This week they're like, hey, you guys are crushing it so much. Can you headline our tiers contest? We said yes. So we'll be picking some tiers later. We'll be talking about the touchdown contest, and also make sure that you are liking and subscribing. We've got 7.69 subs right now on YouTube. So should be more. And you can scan that QR code And we've got the screen shared to get.
Dave loves the QR code, man.
I'm just saying you can if you're watching this on TV. I'm just saying. And promo code SWOLIE, SWOLIE, when you deposit on Splash Sports. So shout out to them. Shout out to Run the Sims. We'll be talking about in a second as well as we make lineups. And now I want to get to Tuttle.
Yeah.
Tuttle, big 40K hit over the weekend. I want you to take us through how this went for you. Because I know Dan messaged me like 10 minutes before, because I'm not watching contests either. And he's like, Tuttle's winning 100K. And then it was like, oh, God. As soon as I saw there were Broncos around, I was like, great. JJ, we get it. You don't like QR codes. We get it. Gosh. All right. So, Tuttle, take us through it.
Yeah, about 10 minutes before is about when I knew I actually had a sweat. I'm way too old to sweat this shit anymore. So I'll make lineups. I'll know my exposures. I know my exposures. If I have a lot of one guy that looks like they're doing well. So I had a decent amount of Daniel Jones, but I didn't know if anything was breaking my way. But then I got added in Discord with like, I forget exactly what the message was. So like 20-year-old me would have been pissed at this or however, whatever. It's whatever now. It's no big deal. I mean, I wish I didn't know, but
you would have found out eventually. I mean, I probably would have told you on this show, like, hey, but it was literally the last play of the game. And what made it even more infuriating is that Ridley like dropped a pass. I'm guessing you were watching the game as it happened.
So I did end up watching it. I turned on the Sunday ticket. Thanks, DraftKings, for the free Sunday ticket this year. That was like one of the only cool perks they've given out. I actually had the kids sweat. No, it's true. Have you guys? So,
it took a compliment, and then it was.
Well, it is. They're programs, and then I don't even know what this whole. They give you like these tokens things that you like have to apply.
I don't get.
Dude, the tokens are awful.
I don't.
Awful.
Well, I just understand
so
it from a user standpoint. It's like if I can't figure it out, probably a lot of people can't figure it out.
Yeah, and so but yeah, I actually had the kids. This was the first sweat because I had all the kids with me. This is the first sweat they've gone through with me. So I had my.
Oh no.
I think I had them all there. So 13, 11, 9, and 7 were there, I think, watching with me. And I was trying to explain to them, I'm just like, okay, we can't have a fumble or a sack or an interception is basically what I was.
Well, speaking of tiers, you're like, the Christmas presents are now in this tier instead of this one.
And so the last play happened, and then it was kind of silence. And we're like, oh, all right, whatever, move on. And then I kind of got you guys don't even know this one yet. I got a whole, I got the ball don't lie, and I shipped the showdown last night on the last play. So that last play
really
helped me chop the showdown last night. So
what was that? What was
Look
that?
at that. The karma.
That was 49K, I think.
So 40, 49?
Look at this guy.
Yeah, so that was
Look at
cool.
this guy.
But that was also, I did not, I fell asleep. I woke up what must have been at like, right when the game ended. I saw the lineup made $1,000. I'm like, all right, sweet, that's cool. So woke up this morning to a text
stat
from
correction.
Yeah, stat correction.
Whoa.
I woke up this morning.
DJ Moore fumble.
Yeah, he fumbled, and Bears defense captain was the lineup.
A 48K stat correction?
No, it was the fumble because well, because I was it was chopped, so it was like I was in the like 20th place. And I woke up to a text from a buddy this morning, like, dude, what the hell? Good job. And I was like, oh, sweet. But I do want to give a shout out to the absolute legend who won the Millie on Sunday. I don't know if you guys saw this. So he must subscribe to multiple sites, and he gave shout outs to those sites. And so these sites are trying to credit right. I don't know what his DK name is, but his Discord name is I be clapping your mama. And his sign off on these are I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it's the funniest thing. So it's like I be clapping my mama. And it's like, thanks ETR and Run Pure. Finally happened. And then I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
He picked a side between Ship It Nash and run.
Yeah,
Pure.
apparently.
Run
Yeah.
Pure is the
Run
Ivy
Pure
clipping
guys.
your mama side, and Thank the Lord is the ETR
Is
side
it-
there.
yeah. And I can't believe nobody said anything about this because it's the best testimonial screenshot I've ever seen.
Tuttle, I really hope that the guy who tagged you on the initial one came back and tagged you this morning and was like, "Hey, by the way, you just won 49K. Are we good?"
I think he actually did. I think he actually did. He wasn't the one who
Really?
made me aware, but he was like, "Hey, congrats."
Yeah, last night was crazy because everyone had these tight contests, and then we were trying to figure out the whole DJ Moore fumble thing. And at first they said it was a fumble, and they said it wasn't, and they said it was a fumble again. So it was a little snip, snap action going on. All right, really quick, Davis, we know your RIP, your bags. Tuttle, you didn't really have any bags from best ball season to RIP.
I got one team.
Okay.
Drafted it on the final day at $3. I let my 11-year-old do the draft.
Okay.
We're pretty.
So who are you?
Pretty awesome.
Who are
Pretty
you?
good.
That should be my thing. I need my kid to get old enough, quickly
That's
enough.
the bit.
To just I can't possibly be worse.
Just put out like different treats and let the baby crawl to whichever one, and whatever one it crawls to is.
Dude, with these 20-second clocks, I don't know. He might not be quick enough.
Yeah, Davis, have you gone down that thought exercise yet? You've obviously been willing to use your dogs for content. Where's the baby gonna fall on that?
Sadly, I think that's at a point in which it changes from being a bit to being sad. So I think I'm gonna keep the child separate from hoping that. Now, if my kid can give any stem cells to Xavier Worthy's shoulder, though, please get in touch.
They both weigh probably the same amount there, so it might work.
Have you thought of a name for the child yet? Maybe Splash Sports could sponsor the name.
Tuttle, we
now
talked
that's
on
an
Friday.
avenue.
Yeah.
Now that's an avenue.
When Davis is changing the diapers, that's when he's going to get the Splash Sports.
Tuttle, it's actually going to be Terrence.
Terrence. That's the backstory that everybody needs. Davis.
We talked about it on the Friday show, but yeah, Davis had me convinced for those.
Yes, I was very convinced.
Tuttle was more convinced than I was. That Davis had a kid at 20 years old,
named Terrence.
The kid's name was Terrence, and we just bought it. Eventually.
I had you guys going for a while, honestly.
I mean, this kid was Eskimo Brothers with CPAD. Of course,
I was going to say, like,
true.
Davis does have, like, even back when, you're drinking and smoking and all this, like, it would not have surprised me if you had, like, illegitimately fathered a child during that era.
Wild boy. That's what they're saying. They did. They really bought it.
Pete, who's the guy that you're kind of RIP-ing right now?
Ooh, for fantasy purposes, I mean, honestly, a recent one, like I had a shit ton of Will Shipley. I thought he was an awesome late round, and that was just a kick in the dick. But it's like, if it frees up Tootin, I guess it can be a win.
Tootin is your most drafted player. I think you would happily trade your 19.7% of Will Shipley for your 21% of
I
Ship
would.
the Tootin. Yeah,
that's the one that's at the top of mine. Oh, well, I'll give you two other ones. Like, I was huge on like the Bryce Young backstacks. And so like the Bryce Young, obviously we already had the Jalen Coker thing go down. So that like whole thesis, I mean, Ted Arroyo is going to be fine. But everything else there looks like a disaster.
Yeah. We've got Calvin Ridley. For me, was my most drafted.
No, come on,
But Dave, that's
Dave,
the that's going to leave.
There's no way he comes back and scores a bunch of points and lifts me into.
No,
There's
Dave,
just,
this is so not in the spirit of the program where everyone's like intellectually honest about what they're going through and their experiences.
Ridley was my most drafted guy. He dropped two
right now.
No, he dropped 3 passes.
No. Ridley's going to be fine.
Can I mute?
Really?
Can I
you think
mute
so?
Dave?
Okay. All right. Let's
You successfully baited us into saying it's all going to be fine. How about Alec, man? Might be the waiver wire pickup of the week.
He led all rookies in targets per route run and weighted opportunity. Whopper.
Yep, top 15 with
this.
air yards
This is the big one. This is the big one. I was not a huge Kenneth Walker guy, but Ken Walker should have been like a 9th round pick.
Him and
that usage we saw.
Him and Sharp should have just flipped ADPs.
It's not like the Sharps usage was that good because Walker actually ran more routes. So it's not like either usage was like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah, but if he's also getting the goal line too, like he did, then it's just like a
that was a classic. That was a classic. It just happened to be Charbonnet's drive situation.
Yeah.
Also, these Miami pass catchers, man. Oof, I don't know what this is gonna look like. All right. Let's move on and talk about just the overview of what we've got, Davis. Pete kind of mentioned it, but what's your feeling on strategy this week?
I mean, it's the ultimate fade the week one guys, right? Like fade guys who smashed week one, fade the overreactions to guys who have very clear explanations for why they played poorly. Like AJ Brown, I expect if you like this week, if you over index like is there a 444 milli maker this week, whatever the expensive lotto is this week with like the slant, the most over-owned guy in high stakes is going to be like AJ Brown, comparatively speaking. And then like,
what was his top speed though? How fast did he run? What did he top out at? Is he actually injured?
He is definitely injured, but he's got 10 days now. I don't know. That's not a spot that I'm like super concerned. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. How about what do you do with old Hollywood Brown? 16
well, this is what I was going to
targets
say.
last week. Yeah.
You've got only 3 afternoon games, and the only late hammer is this Philly-Kansas City game with some firepower in it. So that hopefully
Dave loves
will be fun.
a
Yeah,
late
and let me give
afternoon
another one. Let me give just an interesting Bears versus Lions game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be
The thing
interesting.
I don't love about that game total that is in the 50s is it's two bad teams, right? It's like I don't the Bengals, they always start these seasons so slow, and then you have the Jaguars, who I just think are, they're the Jaguars. I know they beat the Panthers, but it's not like I was particularly convinced by them. Like Lawrence missed Brian Thomas Jr. 4 times.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Run the Sims promo code Swole, right, Davis? Or is it Swolecast? Is it Swole? Swole. Yeah.
Swoley for Splash. Swole to Run the Sims.
Yeah. We had to give a 6 character code for Splash. That's why it's Swoley. So, all right. Talking about quarterbacks this week, and then we'll set our lineup on DK. Who are some of the quarterbacks that you guys are interested in, Davis?
I mean, I think I'm probably just going to go back to the well with Drake.
Wait, hold on. I love that Davis says fading week 1 smashes, then comes back with Hollywood midseason form.
Well, I mean, obviously, if Consigliere used his brain, he can understand there's a difference between sun running efficiency. So who's someone who's sun run efficiency, Quentin Johnston, versus someone who just earned 16 targets in a game?
Use your fucking brain, Consigliere.
Is Drake May not just like Charizard?
I didn't believe
real
you.
Bad.
I didn't believe that like Daniel Jones was good enough to be like the guy that you needed. So Davis, when I saw that he was like in your cash game, I was like,
oh, I played him in cash. He was my most owned quarterback on Underdog.
Shout out to you.
So it was a really good.
Matic.
It was a really good David. It must have been a really good week for me in DFS, right? Because I was on a low-owned quarterback who was the highest scoring player of the slate. Yeah. Must have been great.
Yeah, you probably played James Conner instead of generational talent Christian McCaffrey. Which
you owe me $25, by the way.
What was our bet?
Oh yeah,
Trey McBride versus James Conner.
Oh, get you
and that. Down to that touchdown, that was the shuttle pass, and McBride was open in the flat, and then they did the little shuttle pass to James Conner for the touchdown.
All right, I'll pay you $25, but you have to admit,
no,
Davis,
hey, you know what?
Right.
I think, you should just put it on the tab because I have a feeling that we're probably gonna have another one of those today at some point in the show.
How about Benson getting more carries as well? All right, Tuttle. I don't know why I started with Davis. I should have started with the guy who just won 89K over the past 2 days. Who are some
dude? I don't even know who's
I would
playing
start with
each
the
other.
guy who's got rostered 96 times in the fantasy best ball contest.
I don't even know the matchups. I'm taking Davis's advice. Davis said to jump on the guys that sucked, right? So is this like a Burrow week then? Is that what Davis is telling me?
I mean,
I'm not really sure what
whatever
Davis is
Burrow,
telling us.
whatever Burrow should be owned, he will be like 10% less, as in a factor of 10, not 13 minus 10%, 3%. Because
so how does this break down this week? Are like Allen and Lamar just like mega owned, and then after that it doesn't matter?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know how many cheap guys there are this week. Like last week, it was so obvious that everything was going to be you could kind of play whoever you wanted, but I don't know how many.
Burrow
cheap guys
should be
there are
pretty
this week.
owned as well, right? Highest team total of the slate.
Unless people are like spooked off by the Chase and Higgins poor games and just aren't as excited to stack that up.
Yeah,
No, they'll be owned, but it just really feels like Allen and Jackson 20% each, and then after that, maybe you have that tier that's like Burrow 10 to 15%, and then everybody else under 10. I don't know. Where does Hurts come in? I guess would be the question on that.
right.
The guy who looks too cheap right after week 1 is Fields at 5,700 there. Yeah, I mean, he looked awesome.
Yeah,
I think the issue there is always going to be projection driven, right? Like it's hard to project. He had 22 passing attempts. So it's kind of he's never going to be a guy that projects overly well just because of the opportunity. Like he'll have to. He's the guy that Davis was talking about efficiency wise, right? Fields just smashed.
Yeah. I mean, the Field stuff though
pretty high with the rushing,
and they like obviously Fields is going to have some weeks where the downfield passing just doesn't work at all, and those are going to be brutal weeks. But I would say if I was a big Justin Fields guy in fantasy, I was at least encouraged that they didn't do the Steelers game plan when Fields was in there, which is just, Justin, please don't mess up. Justin, we're not going to give you a chance to mess up. We are not going to even call deep option routes for your guys. Like it's a little, and they called running plays for him at the goal line. Like it wasn't like they weren't like they did get Braylon Allen, the one. I would guess though, Pete, like Fields will probably be over-owned whatever his like optimal probability is. He'll be owned over that.
Yeah. And I guess it'll depend what kind of stuff people are paying up for. But you'll have those builds where people pay up for the QBs, go down elsewhere, and then you'll have the ones where people are jamming the studs elsewhere, and then they'll get to Fields probably as their go-to quarterback.
Can we do Dak doubles?
Yes. I'm super in on Pickens this week, personally.
Yeah.
5,900 at home versus the Giants. What did the defensive bros say about that Giants defensive line? Were they giving Daniels fits or a non-factor?
They looked pretty good. I remember there was the one they caused the guy they just drafted, I don't know his name, got Daniels to miss a throw in the end zone by like closing out on him like he was a 3-point shooter. Like the defensive lineman realized that he wasn't going to be able to sack him, but he's a huge guy, so he got his hands up, and Daniels had to throw the ball over him and missed in the back of the end zone. They were pretty good.
All right.
The secondary is terrible, though.
Let's create a lineup, shall we? And
Pete, what contest are we in?
Tell us, where we're in this contest.
Shout out 2K T-Mobile Game Day Draft Challenge. Surprised DraftKings is even doing these free rolls since they're not doing a rake-free deposit Kingdom League anymore. But we do have $100 up top. Hey, but at least Tuttle got his Sunday ticket. But yes, great contest. Don't do bros.
And Tuttle,
I was gonna say Tuttle should definitely start, right?
You should start, yeah, for sure.
I'm just starting where we ended. Dak. I'll go Dak Pickens. You guys can decide if you want to add the double or not.
Dak.
It's like, who knows about the size of this contest? Like my Sims are gonna say that the double stack might be not needed for a contest of this size.
Oh gosh, Calvin Ridley is projecting well right now.
This is actually
I just buried him.
This is my
Period.
least favorite David bit of all time. There's been a lot of terrible bits. This is so far down, Dave. This is a terrible bit.
Yeah, I guess I would say, why Pickens? Is it because of salary?
The target volume was quite good. Why are we concerned?
He's going to have like a couple of those 100-yard 2 TD games, and you just want to be on it when everybody else isn't on it.
Okay.
I was thinking
CD needs to prove himself, and
we can double it.
Yeah. Okay.
Dave, you make a pick, Dave.
No, Davis, you make a pick. You went 11 for 11 on Splash Sports last week, so let's ride that heater.
I'll get a Socrdave approved one. I'll select Tony Pollard, the highest snap share of any running back in the National Football League last week. Highest. There's a good.
He's like 90-something%.
Read stealing signals or thinking if you want more advanced metrics for how good Tony Pollard was in terms of his touch volume last week.
Also, late round, we had our data dump yesterday, and he was in that too. So,
wow.
No one really asked about the partnership with the NFL, but I do want to say
I was going to ask about it because I was listening to the transactions pod and I heard the Greg Rosenthal pre-roll to open it up, and I was like, all right, it's the Shield, it's official.
You know who opened it up today?
Who?
Jason Moore from the Fantasy Footballers. Yeah.
Okay, so they're just selling ad spots left and right.
Yeah. So, well, you get. You can read, so like you might hear JJ on the Fantasy Footballers pod, like opening it up. So
gotcha.
They say talent. They included JJ though, and not me in the talent.
Do you think the Arena Football League needs like an official face of? I'm available. I am available. Arena Football.
Davis Maddock and the Canadian Football League have partnered with iHeartRadio.
Oh, buddy, I was CFL is aiming too high. Those quarterbacks make $1.5 million. I'm not going crazy. I think guys who will work at the grocery store on their off days is more kind of who I need to be hanging out with.
Yeah, all right, who's it to? Is it me or is it?
Yeah, it's you, Pete. It's you.
All right. So I would say the flip side to Davis's coin of saying like, fading the guys that crushed week one because they're going to have more ownership is still playing these guys who are far too cheap based on what their roles are, who are going to be $1,000, $1,500 more. I'm going to put in Keon Coleman at 5,100, targeted 11 times, 26% target share, was a shoestring tackle away from another touchdown from what I heard. I was asleep. So yeah, let's get Keon Coleman in here before he's inevitably a 6K wide receiver.
What if Keon Coleman goes for 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns? He's a lot closer to it than I thought.
We talked about this guy last week. I'm going to throw in Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
He was on my highest scoring team last week. 2% owned Travis Etienne.
That was a nice little play there. I saw that, Davis, listening to the Gilcast.
I think he's like probably quite bad this week. I think he's going to end up being like, what do you think he's going to be like 17%?
Yeah, versus Cincy, highest total game. Bigsby traded, coming off a monster usage. Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, we just play the best plays here on a Tuesday, guys. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Speaking of best plays, we're going to go with Jamar Chase here. Since you guys left me a bunch of salary.
We're going to get a little tight in the pricing.
No, not at all.
We're good. So like as always, Dan makes a great point, which is that again, like whatever the optimal probability of Jamar Chase is, he will probably be a smidgen less owned than that because there are people who are, they're adjusting based on that performance from last week. Now, I think we should probably go cheap at tight end. I don't think in this lineup we can afford McBride. Kelsey is not a good play at 5,000, or maybe he is, but I'm not that interested in him. Laporta, I think, is overpriced. So the question we have to ask ourselves is Harold Fannin Jr. at 3,100 the best play or the greatest play of all time? I'm having a hard time. I mean, this dude had a wildcat rush. He led the team in targets. He kicked Njoku back in line. Njoku only played 11 snaps, not in line with the actual line itself. The Browns led the NFL in dropbacks last week, led the NFL in dropback rate percentage of plays that had a quarterback dropback. Fannin is a giga smash at any ownership.
I can't believe it's happening this quickly. Like I was thinking like week 10, we start to see his snaps uptick. Week fucking 1, leading the team in targets. The backup tight end on the worst team in football.
Dude, the whole plane is built out of Harold Fannin Jr.
It's so good.
Like he was even getting improvisational Joe Flacco, keeping a play alive. Like there was like a third down that he converted that Flacco was just like looking and finally hit him. It looks kind of bad because he wears 44.
I don't like
brutal
that
stuff
look, yeah.
at 44. But Harold Fannin Jr. is absolutely. I don't even care what his projected ownership is, really.
All right, Pete, you get to basically pick whoever you want right now.
Wow. I get to, what's here? Can we put in
if you like put in the Titans defense, you can literally play everybody except for King Henry. So we're in that range.
I think we should go. Do
you want to just double CD?
Yeah. CD, and then we do the lowest graded PFF quarterback last week, Bo Nix. 40.5 PFF grade for
dude, that hurt.
For Bo Nix.
He did not look good at all.
Yeah.
What was are you guys on board with the Peyton call late there to try to get the first down instead of kicking the field goal?
No, I thought it was pretty dumb. Or it was punting. Should have punted.
He was still in field goal range, though, I think.
Dave loves a punt.
No, I thought it was really dumb, especially, and he also threw the ball on first down to cost.
Now that is classic Peyton of like, I'm going to make the aggressive decision, but I think it was on first down.
I'm
also going to do the look at me. I'm going to try. And also part of it was he was trying to stat pad for Nix because he knew Nix was having this horrible statistical game. So they were trying to stat
wide
pad.
open.
Yeah. Yeah. And
as somebody trying to avoid the Broncos defense, I agreed with the call to try to keep the offense on the field there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I was hoping they would try because it would have benefited the Titans, but then whatever. All right. So that's our squad. Let's get on to running backs. We talked about ETN. King Henry's 8,200. Boy, all I could think about watching him run was, I wish I had more of that guy. Like, he looks so good out there. He does not look old at all.
Who?
So,
ETN?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Ah, yeah.
The king.
He's the king, man.
Who could have predicted this?
There was a rumor this offseason that Derrick Henry ran his fastest 40 time. Which would, be very interesting, but he didn't look slow.
So when is it gonna come out that he is on anabolic steroids and he's suspended?
I don't know. He would have had to have been on him like his whole life, right? I mean, he's just a generational.
I tell you. So here's some good week 1 brain. Here's me personifying that I'm just as dumb as everyone else and why I'll never win is I'm not freaking playing Devin A-Chain, dude. Now, these projections that are up right now, these are not adjusted. There's not been this is literally just last week's baselines ported over. Like nothing has been updated yet. I just had Adam do it in the back end, but it does just go to show the baseline that A-Chain is going to come from last week to this week. I'm not playing any Dolphins, and probably they're all absolute smashes.
I was gonna say, like, this is the biggest mindfuck on the slate because the Dolphins look like a complete dumpster fire, and yet the Pats might even be worse. They just let Geno Smith come in on a rainy ass day.
Geno is good, man.
I know, but Geno throwing 360 yards. He's not gonna be doing that every Sunday. But the Patriots said, by all means, sir.
Geno played some good ethical football against the New England Patriots.
Look, but I'm just saying, like, go ahead, Toto.
I was just going to say, if you're getting swing passes on 4th and 11 down 28 points or however many it was, you should probably have interest in that guy because he's going to see the ball a lot.
He only had 4 targets in the whole game, 7 rushes. Like
Okay.
it just looked like they had no plan, really.
All right, so you tell me that Davis also just makes me think that Ridley's not going to be in the optimal this week. No,
Ridley is not going to be in the
good.
I just like the entire. We just need like a little thought bubble. Like we're all just having conversations, different players. Different position. It's just Calvin Ridley, just above Kitchen's head, no matter what we're talking about.
Okay, I will say this: Christian McCaffrey is 7,500. And going up against New Orleans, I was shocked when I opened up DraftKings on Sunday and saw he was only 11% owned in cash. People just get so scared. They get so scared. He went from being
some
like
people don't even play Mecca Egbuka in cash.
But are you scared at all of Christian McCaffrey? Does anything?
No.
Is anything?
Let me be on the record. I've lost so often. I can't possibly be scared of losing with the guy who's the best player in fantasy football. He played so bad last week, and just what did he had 22 PPR points last week, I think, in a game that he basically had. His explosive play rate was 0. He had 0 plays over 20 yards, and it does not matter. This dude just gets fantasy points. And the Seahawks defense is very good.
Yeah.
And they have nothing. I mean, what? They just signed Kendrick Bourne. Juwan Jennings is hurt. I mean, it's the entire
He might
thing
still play, though.
22 points, no touchdowns, and no bonuses. And the Seahawks defense, I mean, Evan Silva told me the Seahawks might be the best defense in the NFL. So,
okay. We talked about Pollard. Chase Brown, anybody?
Nice workload. Just lost receiving work though to P. Ryan.
I might be a little bit less hip to him this week because that sort of feels like what the field will do if they middle the Burrow stuff. I really like James Cook. I really like Breece Hall. Hall feels like one of the biggest buys to me after week 1 because the role. What's funny is I actually don't think he's going to project that well at 6,200. Like he's going to project better than this 12.8 or whatever from the baselines last week. But I don't think he's going to be such a good projection that he's going to project for 15% ownership or whatever. But he just looked really good. And I believe, did Isaiah Davis get banged up or did I make that up? I feel like maybe I made that up. I need to go look. But also Braylon Allen, who does have his whole life ahead of him, just didn't play very well. Just like really didn't look.
You see Breece Hall dunking on the haters on social this morning?
Dude, Breece Hall took a screenshot of a Jacob Gibbs tweet. Which is yes.
Oh god.
That's the kind of pettiness you want out of your buy low running back for sure.
Yeah. Dave, any thoughts on James Conner? 15 points last week, projecting good again this week in a great matchup against the Carolina Panthers. Any wagers you'd like to make on James Conner versus maybe a Titans
I love
player?
how confident you are about Conner, even though Trey Benson clearly ate into his workload. Like if James Conner was going to go off in any game,
Trey Benson didn't really eat into his workload. Trey Benson just took the Amari DiMercado stuff. Amari DiMercado 0 offensive snaps in this game.
Okay, but Benson, we knew that Benson was going to get more, right? Like James Conner had a 60% running back rush share. He had 12. He had 12 attempts. Benson had 8.
Okay,
but you feel good about parading James Conner with all these other options. I just want to make sure we're clear.
I feel good about parading. I do feel good about parading James Conner.
Yeah, like
believe it or not.
The signal. We got Javonte Williams, who's he's not gonna have any sort of competition. We've got ETN. We've talked about like Pollard.
Okay,
all these guys.
Which one of these running backs would you like to wager against James Conner this week? Double or nothing. You're $25.
Oh, I get to pick?
I mean, I might say no, but you can profit.
Kitchen, you really think Javonte Williams is going to face no competition for the rest of the season?
Well, Jerry was on record today saying he thinks Jaden Blue is going to be out again this week. So if you're worried about Miles Sanders,
So I know the tweet that Dave is referencing. That guy actually had to edit his tweet. The very rarely used edit tweet function. He actually had to edit his tweet from he thinks Jaden Blue is going to be inactive to he thinks that Jaden Blue needs to show him a little bit more because Jerry didn't actually say that Jaden Blue is going to be inactive. He was referring to Mozzie Smith, their first round pick, being inactive.
Okay. But Javonte's still going to be the bell cow this week, right?
Okay. You know what, Dave? I'll do James Conner versus Javonte straight up, double or nothing.
Sure. Sure. That's how much I know there's a salary discrepancy, but that's how much I believe that James Conner is just a.
Do you know who James Conner gets to play this week, Kitchen?
What's that?
Do you know who James Conner gets to play this week?
No.
The Panthers.
The Panthers.
No.
He's going for 20. He's going for 20.
He got to play the Saints last week. I mean, what do you want to do?
He got all the short down and distance snaps, got the lone carry inside the 5. Benson's cool. I like Benson, but like it's Conner, man.
Okay, can we agree though that Connor's not going to be in any tournament lineups again this week?
No, we can't agree on that.
Can we agree?
No,
we agree that you guys have learned your lesson.
I played Conner in my one DraftKings lineup last week.
Honey. Tuttle, can we get you to weigh in on here, Mr. 89K? Like, you like Connor's upside?
No, I'll pass on Conner.
Okay.
There you go.
I got a mega mind take.
Let's also, speaking of which, we cannot forget.
We cannot forget
this week.
Yeah, there's not gonna. This will be it then, because I have 0 terrible takes.
All right, I'm putting it in the timestamp. So come on.
0 CFP.
How cocky! I have 0 terrible takes. I just win 80K. They're all good now.
Well, this could be terrible. Tyrone Tracy.
That is a Tuttle's terrible take. That's really good.
Can we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. We'll count that.
All right.
I mean, I'll
count me up. Throw him in those Dallas double stacks. I was just going through their stuff. You ran 32 routes last week. Why not?
Yeah,
why can we not do this?
We have him for 31, but yeah, he played 50 snaps. Singletary played
Shield.
Huh?
His role was good.
Yeah.
You said we have him for 31. I
31
said, who is we?
Late round.com.
Okay. I didn't know if it was the Shield.
No.
50 out of 68 snaps.
Yes. This was per PFF, by the way.
Aren't you worried about Devin Singletary's steady veteran hand?
Aren't you worried that Cam Scatabo absolutely truck stick 2 guys?
Touches? That I'm not worried about.
Saw that highlight.
Cam Scatabo is built to play 6 snaps a game and then immediately limp off. He goes too hard on every snap.
Cam Scatabo and Harold Fannin wearing the same number. That's where the concern should be.
That's where the concern should be for both of them, honestly.
All right. Any other running back take? Any cheap running backs that you guys like this week? I'm not really seeing any. Maybe Sharbs, like
Kyron
and Tracy.
James Cook. I think Kamara is playable with this MASH unit for the 49ers. Jalen Warren was the goal line back last week. I'm not playing him, but I think some people will play Javonte Williams. And then if Judkins is not activated, Dylan Sampson, $5,200, 46% route share, second on the team in targets. He just got all those dump offs from Flacco. And Raheem Sanders came in. He only played 3 snaps last week. But he came in. But if Judkins is not activated, I think Samson will be pretty popular.
Sanders or Samson?
Samson. Sanders. Yeah. Sanders, I don't think he's going to play at all.
Yeah. No, I mean, the fact that I was kind of expecting Samson to have a pass catching role, but did not expect him to double up Ford in rush attempts. So yeah, I mean, I think he's very much on the menu. Sans Judkins.
Yeah. Flacco is Did he just gives fantasy points out? It's just like
negative game script too. They're going to be down like 3 touchdowns that whole game. Just let Samson feast in the flat.
Harold Fannin. It's so nice to know I won't have to decide on any tight ends this week. Just Fannin.
All right. Let's get on to wide receiver now.
Oh.
Chase 8,100. We mentioned CD. JSN went off last week when we needed him the most at the end. That was nice. People asking, Kitchen, I saw you min cash the double spy and the Wildcat.
Were you getting tagged in the late round Discord with that? You're like, please just wait till the games are over.
Cat, but the turnover also cost me the min cash and the double spy. So Tuttle, we are aligned on that.
Do any of you guys have the balls to play Tyreek Hill this week? No receptions over 30 yards since week 1 of 2024.
Kind of.
I think,
yeah. Pete, you make the case.
Well, it's the same case. I mean, this secondary for the Patriots is awful. We just saw them give up multiple deep balls. I mean, Trey Tucker's out here getting loose in the secondary. I guess though, like, do you have the balls? Like, I have the balls to play some Waddle. I think. I mean, this feels like such a
that feels even worse.
There are so many options. Like, I don't think it's the option that I will choose.
Here's the thing. Super casuals, myself included, aren't going to react to Geno putting on a performance. Like the thought is New England always has a good defense, right? That's like the super casual thought is that they can't be picked on. They're kind of run a slow pace of play, so that's not always fun to stack their games or anything like that. But nobody's going to be playing Miami pass catchers. Like, it's not going to happen, especially after week 1. You guys talk about buying low, selling high, that sort of thing at the beginning. Like, this is Miami's the team that you buy low on. Like, that seems clear to me.
I mean, you might be buying. The thing is you might be buying high. This.
Okay.
No, but
I almost expected you to say Malik Washington though, because he's 3,300 this week, and he actually ran more routes than both the other two guys.
I'll say one other pro Dolphins thing here with Tuttle. New England has historically struggled early season games on the road in Miami. Like the Heat down there, like their splits early in Miami have been awful.
Buddy, that was pre-Vrabel. These guys.
Dude, Vrabel looked like a shit show.
Vrabel doing a great job.
The Vrabel and Callahan, your coaches of past and present, just really bang up job week 1 there, Kitchen.
Callahan just mailing it in. But I do think Malik is the only like lower price guy I would even consider looking at these prices. Because again, Io Manor is 3,200. Malik's 3,300. Other than that, don't see anybody.
What about Butte? I mean, it's 4,500, but
he's just too expensive. If you look at his tier, though, like he obviously was the leader for them, but I'd rather have Tillman probably at 4,300.
Tillman has outscored Judy in 4 of their last 5 games that they both started and finished.
Adunze at 4,800. I mean, Coleman at 5,100. Booty feels like fancy play syndrome with those other guys.
Jennings 4,800, assuming that the shoulder is fine. I think he's pretty interesting.
Hollywood
feels like to me like the one who's going to end up pulling in the ownership at 5,200. Like he feels like, dude, the guy had 16 targets last week. Like, not saying he's a bad play, but I don't think like who's going to be more owned, Hollywood Brown or Coleman. I bet it ends up being Hollywood.
I should also mention people are looking for a stimmy on Underdog. The Gladiator Best Ball Rakeback just hit accounts. I just confirmed mine.
Please.
Davis, Davis, yours has to be like $600 or $700 based on what mine is.
Oh,
be more.
It's not nothing.
There you go, Davis.
Were you guys too rich to play the FanDuel free milli last week?
Davis wasn't.
Not too rich, just not smart enough to get into my account.
I played it.
Did they give you more money back than you expected? Because I did for sure.
Because so I figured out what it is. It's that you got like the min cash was more than the entry fee. Like it wasn't 5 to 5.
Oh, so they credited min cash to you?
No. So if your min cash is $7, and let's say you min cashed 50 of your 150, right? So I know that I got $350 back or whatever. but all your non-cashing entries you got back. So you have more than 750 in total. You got made more than whole because the min cash was not the same as your entry.
No, I'm just saying that the actual bonus cash they gave me was more than I expected.
No, I got what can you do?
I was on record with going against Zay Flowers in favor of Devonta Smith. You guys didn't have any interest in Zay Flowers this week?
I mean,
Zay Flowers is he gonna be stone chalk?
Against Cleveland, 6,200. There's just a lot of options in this range.
I'm ready to make my terrible play that everyone can fade.
Are you gonna say Mark Andrews?
Pearsall?
Go down with that ship?
No, Jackson Smith and Jigba. It's kind of a gross game, but he is not going to be super popular.
A guy that gets 13 targets week 1 is not a gross.
Yeah, that's not going out
no
of
matter how
limb.
you try to spin it.
Ew, Davis,
awesome
gross. How could
Thank
you?
you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Puka Nacua against Tennessee? No way.
Hey,
he had a 59% target share. Time for Davis's terrible take.
Puka was my flag plant last week. He was 4% owned.
Yeah, it's fine having a flag plant. You just can't preface it that it's gross or ugly.
It's a horrible game. What's the total of that game? 40?
Yeah. Austin G just said Zacchaeus is his terrible take.
I would advise you against that. But
he was on the field a decent amount.
Not as much as you think because they ran so much 12.
Everybody was so.
Adunze is going to be the alpha there. He is. Just got to get Caleb Williams to give him the ball.
No, it's always been DJ Moore, bro.
No, I'm telling you. If you watch ball and you know ball, Davis, you know that Adunze is the guy you want.
This Socrdave guy. What am I gonna do with him?
Okay.
Anyone want to go like gross? Does anyone have like this week's like Ray McLeod or whatever? I didn't really see anything.
We just talked about him.
I meant in terms of a cheap guy.
Yeah, Malik Washington and Ioman are the two guys that are 3,300 and 3,200. Other than that, we're moving on. All right. Let's talk about Splash. Touchdown survivors. How many did you guys get through? Davis, you got all yours through?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I only did the one, but I had all 10 of my actual survivor entries.
You only did one for the Swolecast? No wonder you still would only give away 10% to the Swolecast members.
You know how expensive diapers are, Dave? I bet Tuttle will tell you.
Okay. And I am on record. If I win, I am going to buy Davis a pack of diapers as well as give everything else away. I'm actually losing money.
Does David know ball? What size diapers do you get him?
Well, I think Davis may be out of diapers now, but
good one, Dave.
Don't never get the newborn. Don't give the newborn. That's the rookie move.
Yeah, because they grow out of them so quickly. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I'm looking at some of these entries that advanced in our Swolecast TD. Some of you guys are out of pocket. My guy Paul, I was inverted. He had a good day on Underdog. He did Trey McBride and Dobbins and got that Dobbins one through it.
Well,
that's sickening, dude.
The Connor pick also was.
Get out of here with this Connor. It's like Connor was a
no. But what I'm saying is, like you just said, if they missed on that pass, then you would have had 37%.
He would have had like 4 more chances to score, Dave. This is of all the tips or of all the takes you've ever had that are just so non-grounded in reality. I
played him in my main lineup, Davis. So I get it. All I'm saying is that
now,
if
Dave,
he would have missed,
the 18 people. The 18 people who selected Jerome Ford, I would love to know the thought process there.
I'll tell you the thought process. It was a fucking Herzig tweet. Herzig said he's a great week 1 TD survivor play.
No, he did not.
I'm dead serious. I saw it.
Did Herzig pump and dump the people?
I needed Swift. I thought when Caleb Williams went out that it was going to be Swift time. He was in both of my teams last night that needed him. So that's why I got 3 out of the 5 teams. But if you leave a comment on this video, you do get an entry. Swoley's get another entry to my big potential giveaway. So make sure you do that. And Pete, you want to give who your touchdown guy is this week?
Yeah, let me pull this up. Also, breaking news: George Kittle placed on IR. That sucks. That certainly sucks. You know what I will do, because I wasn't, we couldn't touch this backfield last week with all the uncertainty, but I will go ahead and use ETN. Just a really clear runway. They're not going to use Tootin or LaQuint Allen at the goal line. Highest total of the slate. Bengals are awful. I think ETN's probably a good guy to use now before Tootin starts to come on.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Davis?
Man, I think that I'm going to go with Kyron Williams as my selection this week. The dude loves. Sean McVay just loves to give this guy touchdowns. We were doing the Shipcast live on Sunday, and Jacob was like, Kyron stinks, dude. They're not going to give him a touchdown here. And then they just easily gave him a touchdown, just like easily. And they were like, all right, Kyron, here's your touchdown. Sean McVay loves this guy.
I should also mention, so week 1 was unique in that you were able to pick 2 players and then an alternate. We're down to just 1 and 1 alternate. So no safety net of a second actual player this week.
Yeah, you got to choose wisely. All right, in my main lineup, I'm actually going to go with Chase Brown as my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I used Javonte Williams last week and Aaron Jones Jr. So,
what was your exposure to Javonte across your entries?
I had him in 2 out of the 5 lineups.
Oh, okay.
Incredible. This guy.
That's sick shit, man.
Yeah.
Well done.
Part of it was the sweat factor, but yeah, I mean, he was. You want to? I guess that's the reason why people
he's like the unique. He's like the most perfect consumer. The guy loves primetime. Just you put a game in primetime, and Dave's like, bang, bang,
Dude,
bang. I'm all in.
That Sunday night game was incredible because it's like halftime. Hashtag DK paid out, and I was like, I got some bonuses in here. And like pretty much anything that you put out there hit. Like the game went so off the rails. So it was a very good night.
Were you in the flash draft streets? Are you back in those streets?
No, these were just the anytime TDs, the SGPs, like all that stuff. Like you really would have had to thought hard about it to not hit anything in that second half. So all right. Let's get on to tight end. Then we're going to make some tiers picks and get out of here. Tight end, Harold Fannin, Juwan Johnson, Trey McBride.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson, led the Saints in targets?
He did, and I thought it was very interesting that he did so because they made a more concerted effort to get Shaheed and Olave in the slot, which you would think would earn them more volume. And I mean, it did to some degree. Olave had 13 targets. Shaheed had 9, but Juwan Johnson was everywhere. I like Jake Ferguson and do not like Evan Ingram. The Evan Ingram usage, if you were an
he got banged up too in that game.
Not until the fourth quarter, though.
I mean, yeah.
The
Broncos offense in general was pretty miserable on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not.
We got to mention Tyler Warren, another rookie tight end who led his team in targets. I mean, he's definitely in play at 4,500, and is also going to be a thorn in the side of Josh Downs Bulls.
Well, I think the Josh Down Bulls are just dead because it looks like the RPO stuff that was always Josh Down's bread and butter. Seems like that's over.
Okay,
it's all gone.
Would it be fancy play syndrome if you played Njoku this week instead of Fannin?
No, I don't think
he was out there a lot, right?
He was
85% of their dropbacks. He was just out targeted by Fannin. So just thinking on a week where people might be off of him.
Yeah. I mean, if things continue to trend like this, their salaries and ownership are going to flip. So you maybe wait for a better buy the dip spot, but
true that.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
True that. All right. Any other tight ends before we move on?
Hunter Henry, if you're looking for a Drake May stacking partner.
Also, Dallas Goedert. I mean, it's
Dallas
boring as
Goedert.
shit. 7 targets. It's going to be a good game.
What about Brendan Strange?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If you're buying the dip on Trevor Lawrence, toss him in there.
Led the team in receiving last week. People forget.
Little Chigurino too.
Relax.
Okay, let's get on to the tiers contest on Splash. Again, promo code SWOLIE, SWOLIE.
And just so people know, obviously the Touchdown Survivor League, that's the season-long thing. You already had to be in that. But we're going to have different contests on a weekly basis. They won't always be tiers. We might be mixing it up with them, some other formats we're going to try out. But this week we got the tiers.
Yeah, so let's do just rapid fire. Okay. Pete, you go first. Tier 1.
Okay.
So
Tier
Davis,
1.
Click on tier 1. There you go.
Okay. All right. So we got Jamar Chase, Bucky Irving, Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. We are going to go with one Mr. Lamar Jackson here.
Ooh, I like it. All right. Tuttle, I will spoon feed you tier 2. It is Derrick Henry, Joe Burrow, Achane, Chase Brown, Puka Nacua, or Christian McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
Easy peasy. Davis,
That's all day.
you get Brian Thomas Jr., Saquon, Kyler, CD,
CD.
Mahomes.
Easy.
CD.
I don't know that guy. Yeah, CD.
Okay, I get Mayfield, a Hurt, Purdy, Gibbs, Fields, Genty, and Prescott. Boy. Let's go. Oh, that's funny. Phone thought I said SIRI. I'm going to go with Fields over Gibbs here.
Also, just so people know, obviously this is positionless, half PPR scoring. $20,000 are guaranteed for this. Top 50 places get paid out.
Bang.
Bang.
All right. And then we've got Knicks, JSN, Bijan, Taylor, Nico, or Hubbard. Pete?
It'll probably be the chalk in this tier, but I'll take Bijan.
It'll definitely be the chalk in this tier. I like JSN in that tier.
Yeah, I like JSN too. Pete.
Here's the thing. I just want to give the people the best plays, and then they can gal brain off of it when they're making their entries here.
Oh.
Do we have that contest link in the chat as well for these guys, Kitchen?
Davis had linked it previously.
It's in the chat. It's pinned to the chat. It's also in the YouTube description, and I assume David will put it in the podcast description because I'm sure all David does is copy and paste the description and timestamps.
No, I also put like the here's what's I put like a few sentences.
Wow. And by that, David means that he types in something to Claude and says, hey, we do the description.
No, I don't transcribe this. I type in like a few sentences of what happened, then we move on. All right. We've got Russ. This is for Tuttle. You've got Russ Wilson, Darnold, Drake May, Kyron Williams, Tua, or Amon-Ra.
Going Tua.
Oh, hey, there you go.
I mean, if we're talking like legit strategy on these, like most of these, you should be picking the quarterback, right? I mean, I know I took Bijan and Knicks was the only one, but I mean, you got to be going QB here, right?
Well, depending on how big the pool is, then you start getting a little crazier, right? Like people will see you go see what the ETR projections are. You see the tiers where there's like a 0.02 difference between the players.
Yeah.
And who's ever projected 0.02 higher is going to be like the extreme chalk for no reason. And then you just don't play that person. It's basically
all right, Davis. You get and by the way, speaking of, Mike said for week 3, do we get an auction league? I don't think so, but I will say Swole Ball, which did not make it into the overview this week. If you were in the Swole Ball league and I win, there is I think it's 10% of my winnings go to
Dave, they didn't even finish it. People didn't even finish it. You canceled it.
No, I finished it and then we canceled.
What do you mean your winnings? You deleted the league.
No, I took a screenshot. So if you're in that league, I had to finish the draft. Davis, we had to finish the draft so I could delete the league. I just could not see it in my drafts anymore. But I want to get back to the people. So who knows? You being in that league might just pay off big time, as is the comments on here. All right. Davis, you have Herbert, Lawrence, Gino, Drake London, JJ.
Yeah, that's Herbert. That's all day.
Oh my gosh! And now I have to choose.
This is where the strategy. Yeah. So
pick one, Dave. Rapid fire, Dave. Hurry up.
Scroll down to Nick Westbrook Akide, Dave.
No, so this is really cool. You can do nothing but stone chalk basically for 7 tiers, and then you can be like, all right, I'm taking Alec Iomanner in tier 8 or whatever.
Yeah, well, I know who I'm taking. Dubes a considerable amount, obviously.
Yeah. You are close, Davis. Here's who I'm taking this week.
Calvin Ridley. Who's the elephant?
Cam Ward.
Is that like his dance?
Yeah, y'all have never seen. It's like saying you've never seen the Gritty. Oh my gosh, y'all are so white. Gosh. All right. Yeah.
One
go
other.
ahead, Pete.
I was just gonna say, it looks like it is a 26 max here. If you want to pile on entries, if I had 26 entries, I'd win too. But it's
guaranteed
and it's guaranteed right now. First place 3K, second 2,500, flat payout structure. Top 50 get paid. So 31st through 50, the min cash is a 4x on your entry.
Andrew said no kitchen. We haven't seen his TD dance because he hasn't scored yet. Well, you don't know ball if you didn't watch him at all in Miami. Talking about the #1 overall pick, and this is his signature move.
One other thing too, they do have the bonuses. So 3 points for 100+ yard rushing or receiving game, and 3 points for 300+ yard passing game.
Gosh. Did you see Nicholas's comment?
Pull it up.
Oh, he said that all he could think of was me during the NFL pregame.
My favorite line from Cam Newton during the pregame, I think Kay was just like, are you excited for the halftime show? And he was just like, or you got to meet Carol G. What did you think? And he just goes, I'm a fan.
I'm a fan.
Just like all he said. And it was all he needed to say. I'm a fan.
All right. Again, shout out to Splash Sports sponsoring the show. Shout out to Run the Sim. Shout out to our Swollies. We had a fun show on Friday. We have another fun show on tap this week. And let's do some final thoughts as we sign off here. Tuttle, start with you.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing Tyrone Tracy is the terrible take of the week.
Oh, I thought you were going to give us a college football play.
No. I mean, you guys expect.
People do expect way too much out of you, Tuttle, for a
it's a Tuesday morning. We started this at 11 a.m. my time. We don't even have none of these sites even have college or NFL projections up, right? Like, do you guys realize college football is about 3 times the amount of work is NFL? And you guys all want to pick right now.
Probably more slates,
way more
schools, less accurate injury reporting, way more.
Yeah. So I don't have anything yet. I guess the company man thing would be to promote my action app, which is at Mr. Tuttle 05. I throw picks up there. That's free to follow. That's not you don't have to pay for any of that. My action app, Mr. Tuttle 05. And also they got me doing some show now each week. It's like a 15-minute prop show.
Is this
probably won't retweet or anything, but
also I saw on X that there's Playbook, which is like a handle.
Oh, let's not get there. I will not give my thoughts on
it.
I'm going to avoid that controversy.
Yeah. If I reply to your tweets with some bets I like, will your company auto-generate a bet slip that makes it really easy for me to place?
It is really easy.
That would happen, yes. Theoretically, if you were to do that. There may or may not have been other companies that could already have done that for you before, and that may no longer be able to do that now because of some crazy reason. I don't know why. Yeah. But yeah.
There you go.
Good to know.
At Playbook. Davis? By the way, if you're at Playbook, if you're at another company and you want to throw some cold hard cash, promo code Davis.
Oh yeah.
Promo code Swole, holler at us. Davis, what do you got this week?
video on my channel or a stream on my channel every day. Normally both. If this video that I'm working on today gets done and edited and the thumbnail is up to my liking, then I will stream this afternoon. If the thumbnail takes me longer, then I won't.
Okay. Pete?
Yeah, I know like a lot of accomplishments are going to get talked about by the three of us from this week. And I just want to make sure it doesn't get overshadowed that Davis did go 11 for 11 on Splash Play.
Why? Okay. Can I just for 1 second? It's not like why are we focusing on this? No one cares. I didn't make it sound like a big deal. This is
you posted it and you acted like people were talking about you going
David,
undefeated.
We are partners of this app. I'm promoting the app.
I didn't even think this joke was a sensitive subject.
Yeah, I don't know why you're getting all the partner sites that like you
here's the deal.
Get upset about.
This is obviously brutal because I do this show on Fridays with Crane, Squirrel Patrol, and Neil.
Yeah. Okay.
So the show starts, Millie Maker winner, Best Ball Mania winner, Millie Maker winner, and I go, I finished 34th in the Pomeranian 3. Like, guys, I get it. And then, do you understand the position that it puts me in?
You don't want us to hype you up.
If you look at my historical accomplishments, I won $50,000. It's like, dude, no one cares. No one cares about it.
I just don't understand. You're the one who told us. No one would have known that you went 11 for 11 if you didn't tell us all. And then we promote it in affiliation with our sponsor, and then you get upset about it?
Is this our Ryan Clark, Peter Schrager moment on the Swolecast right now?
David, just tell us you don't need us to talk anymore right now. And let's issue an apology.
Davis, if it makes you feel better, I included you on the Splash Sports email chain going forward.
Thank goodness.
All right. Peter,
that's what
you
I
want
get for promoting our partner in our internal dialogue. I won't do that anymore.
No, we want you to. There's nothing wrong with it. Peter was not trying to offend you.
Hey, you got to pick a running back, by the way, against James. Oh, you picked Javonte Williams. Never mind. Yeah. Updating my accounting.
I'll change my final words, Kitchen. We're going to talk to Swolecast HR. We're going to do a better job fostering a positive work environment.
Foster a positive work environment.
And this is a forward-thinking show, and we'll be better in week 3.
All right. All I'll say is if you go 11 for 11 on Splash Sports, I don't care if you're on this show or you're not on this show, tag us. We want that is an accomplishment. You should feel proud. You should feel proud of that.
Hey,
I was proud.
What, though?
Yeah.
I was looking at survivor pools and I was wondering who would people have picked that they lost in a survivor pool, like an NFL win survivor pool on Splash. Who would you have picked that you lost?
As people might have gotten like fancy play syndrome. I don't know. There wasn't too many upsets.
Chiefs, Titans, I guess. Chiefs.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old picked the Jaguars. Was that sharp or no?
I had a couple Jags picks.
If Titans would have upset the Broncos, that would have been your big pick there. Then the Broncos tried to give it away and they didn't. So, anyways, I just want to say thanks to everyone. This is a long. People demanded a 90-minute episode, and we didn't quite get there, but we
got too much. We got too much in one show now to get done in 60
Well,
minutes.
we also had just a lot that happened in week 1. I mean, not every week will Pete go to Hollywood or Tuttle win 40K or I get a sponsorship with the NFL or someone on the show go 11 for 11. Not everyone.
Fuck off, Kitchen.
All right. You can catch us on the Late Round Fantasy Football Show on Fridays. And then after that, we got the Swoley's Show. Come hang out with us in the Swoley's Discord. On behalf of Pete, Davis, and Tuttle, shout out to Splash Sports and Run the Sims. We'll see you next time here on the Swolecast. Peace.
Are you Davis Maddox from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand content.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.